thing there is that the only government to restructure the police force from the grassroots.
Nigeria has many millions of graduates on the streets working aimlessly.
Considering the height of insecurity in Nigeria, considering the height of the downfall in the educational system, now is the time for Nigerians to rise up and speak up. Now is the time for Nigerians to take the bull by the horn. On the Point Man Show, we'll be looking at issues concerning economy, society, and politics in Nigeria. Of course, the grassroots development can never be overemphasized. Join us on the Point Man Show with Pelumi Bolawa.
Alright, you're welcome to another edition of The Point Man with Pelumi Bolawa Solomon. And today we'll be looking at another critical issue, yes, in the politics. Of course, that concerns us. I am today with Olumide Onobaju. Yes, he is the chief of staff to Honorable Florence Funlola Kennedy, FFA, and also the Action Democratic Congress House of Representatives candidate. You're welcome to The Point Man, Mr. Olumide Onobaju.
Thank you, Mr. Pelumi.
Yes, it is good to have you on the show today. Okay, very critically, let us look at the paramount one of the essence of this program, and grassroots development, grassroots politics. Why do you think public office holders, whenever they emerge from their on their posts, whenever they are elected, they become far to their electorate? Why do you think this happened? We've seen many instances. I have seen, as a person too, I've seen instances where you vote in an individual as a lawmaker, he or she goes to Abuja, then that's off. But when it's about 2 months, 3 months to campaign, you see them back where the society that voted for them, you see them back. Why do you think, what reasons do you think can be ascribed to this common phenomenon?
Thank you, Mr. Pelumi. I think Nigerians, the citizens of this country do not know their powers. You know, in a situation like this, whereas you voted for somebody as a representative, you have the power to recall such person if he or she is not seeing to the affairs of why he or she was voted in as your rep. What's the meaning of rep? He's representing that constituency. So when you need him or her, and he or she is not forthcoming, you have the right to call him back. You sign and then they call him back. That shows he's not representing you well. So, and I see also that most politicians are just being selfish, because when you vote them in, they decide that, oh, I'm there because of myself or my family. But they got it wrong, because they've forgotten that 4 years will soon be over and they will be back again. Remember an instance about 2 months ago, a rep that went back to his village and the people stoned him that they don't need him. They don't know him. They stoned him because where was he all this while? Now election is coming. You are coming back home.
Yes, we are in that period now.
And you can see most of them, once you elect them, they move to Abuja. You don't see them until when elections. I think the people need to understand the power they have now.
Okay, so understanding the power to recall is what you're saying now.
Yes,
people must understand. Now, I must also say that looking at some other critical issues, if you say people do not know their rights, they don't know their power as an electorate to recall their representatives, these people are being impoverished. These people are being impoverished. They haven't eaten. This man tells them that I'm coming. He sends the village head, the local government chairman, he sends them ahead. They share money at the constituency. They share money at the ward level. At each LCDA, they've shared money even before he arrives. Poverty is in the land. How do you want these people to make a recall? How do you give them how do I put it now, a mouthpiece when they have eaten 2,000 naira? How can that be solved?
Well, it can be solved. Reason is, we all saw what happened in Osun State. People knows that they will surely come with their money. It is not left to you to collect it. I'm not saying you should not collect it. Collect it, but vote your conscience. That 5,000 they want to give you, or 2,000 naira, or 1 dirika of rice, will that solve the situation on ground for 4 years?
Of course.
It is not left for the masses now to decide that no. We say no. By the time people start saying no to all these stuff, you see that this country will change.
By the time we start saying no.
Definitely.
Okay, so no, indeed, with what Nigerians say, and you've just heard it from Mr. Olumide or Nobaju saying that Nigerians must begin to say no, and no, it is what they will see when they start to prostrate. Do you know they do that?
Of
Funnily, they
course.
prostrate, yes.
I've heard stories that somebody even told me that there was somebody, I don't want to mention it, that she came to the market, she was kneeling down begging for votes, and at the end of the day, she was elected, and they didn't see her again. But let me tell you, she did that, and people put her into their minds. And when the next election came, they didn't support her, and she lost the election. Even this last primary, she contested, and she had no votes.
Wow.
Definitely, Nigerians, we are coming to a situation whereby we understand some things. That these people have put us in this cage for so long. And it's now left for us to liberate ourselves. And in 2023, we are doing that. Because a lot of big wigs, politicians, will definitely lose.
Okay, let's quickly look at this aspect of social media election. You know, there's social media election. There's a social media advocacy. There's social media movement. Everyone votes on Twitter. You see them on Facebook. They write their comments about their politicians. How effective do you think this will be in the coming election?
Well, like today now, a result came out, and Bloomerang, Obi had the highest vote. But let me tell you something. A lot of people that are voting online, they don't even have PVC. The real election will happen on election day, not what you see online. Or somebody is leading. We've seen situations whereby someone led throughout online polls, and at the end of the day, he lost the election. So winning an online election doesn't classify that you surely win the election. What have you done to the people? What have they seen? There are a lot of people that are not even in Nigeria that are voting in that online election. So you should get it right now that some of these things that you are seeing are the real figure, the real poll will come in 2023, not what we are
the
saying.
The real poll will come in 2023.
Definitely.
Yes, you are saying that. And of course, I'm going to count on that. Okay, let's look at Ogun State. Let's just come to Ifo.
Yes.
The candidate, you are the chief of staff too. That's Honorable Florence from Lola. You are the chief of staff. Let's look at infrastructure in Ogun State. Do you think that the administration, this current administration, we are our Senate, I tread those parts, I go there to observe. Infrastructure in Ogun State has not really been to that, if I may say. But Nigerians want to know, do you think this administration, considering that you are coming from an opposition at the federal level, at the lawmaker and federal level, do you think this administration has done to a laudable extent in terms of infrastructure? And if not, what are the things that, what are the laws that your candidate is planning to put in place to solve all of this?
You know, when we talk about infrastructure in Ogun State, let me not go to Ogun State in general. Let me come back to our federal-owned constituency, Ifo, Iwekoro.
Yes.
I've always said, and I will continue to say it, Ifo has become the national headquarters of abandoned projects.
Wow.
The headquarters of abandoned projects. Now, let me just take an example. Look at from Akute to Lambe,
Wow.
down to Okiaro, down to Songo is a no-go area. From Akute straight to Shashi, from Ishashi down to Ojodu Bega. You see, sometimes, like now, that axis is my axis. And I've been to several places. Go to Agbado Crossing. Go to Agbado. What are we seeing? Nothing. But thank God for Ojodu, Isheri. That's very close to Lagos. That's why you can see some little development. But other areas within Ogun State, it's just so saddening. Somebody sent a video to me today. And I was like, I've experienced it. And I saw the same thing today when somebody sent a video. Whereas a road that is motorable, and the government approved this project in 2020. This is 2022.
Yes, it is.
A 4.65 kilometer road. Can you just imagine? Taking 2 years to finish. And even as I'm talking to you now, they've not even completed about 20% of the project. And on the road, people now bought Kano to the other side on the same road.
Same road.
On the same road, people bought Kano. You can just imagine. And we have a rep. What is he doing? Why? All these things. I'm not saying he should come there to do the road for us. But he can lobby for these things to be done. You are representing us, for goodness sake. And my rep have come there. She saw it. And she says, see, once we get to power, it's not even when we get to power. There are a lot of things she has been doing even before she joined politics.
Would you like to mention some
Of course. A lot of empowerment for women. She has a foundation which you call FFA Unique Babes.
Okay.
They empower women, they empower children, put children on scholarship,
Okay.
and those that cannot even afford like general name that we call stomach infrastructure,
Okay.
to provide some of these things.
Okay.
And training provides a grinding machine for grinders. She has given a lot of guys Okada to feed their family, and a lot of things. And we hope to do more, and which we are going to do. There are a lot of projects we have at hand now that once we get into power, even during our campaign, you see all these things being laid out, and we hope to do even more better than what this present administration has not done anything for us.
Okay. All right. If you say so, let's look at party disconnections. Now, you are indeed vying for your candidate.
Yes.
Honorable Florence.
Yes.
That she would definitely do something and solve all of this.
Of course.
But let's look at it from the national level.
Okay.
There has always been disconnections between the federal, the executive arm and the legislature. When we have clashes of power, that on one side. On the other side, when they are from different parties, there are usually disconnections. How do you hope to achieve this? Because we're still going to talk about the suspended presidential candidate. But let's look at this first. How do you hope to achieve the connection between the parties? Because right now, your presidential candidate for the African Democratic Congress has been suspended. Now, if you now look at it and the executive arm, the connection, what if the ADC does not emerge as the executive at the executive level, the highest of it? How do you hope to connect this?
You know, the problem we have as Nigerians, I've said it before and I'll say it again, is the last assembly, the Senate, when Saraki was there, Saraki gave Buhari a tough time. But people do not understand that Saraki is working for them. But I can't blame people anyways, because like what we said the other time, when they are given 2,000, they forget the future. And that's why I told somebody this morning, Nigerians will continue to pray for good country, whereas we are voting bad leaders into government. How do you want that to happen?
I would like you to repeat that.
Yes, we go to church every Sunday, we go to mosque on Friday, and we keep on praying for a better country. But we are making the same mistake by putting in wrong leaders. You know, every wrong policy is affecting you and I.
Yes, it does.
So if you are voting wrong leaders into system, then don't expect your prayers to be answered. God will not come down to do what he has empowered us to do.
Okay.
He has empowered us to get a good leader for ourselves. The future is in our hands. Now, when Saraki was giving them problem, Saraki was blocking a lot of things, and things were working during that period compared to when we have Lawal there. And every one of us know that, you know, they gave them a tag name, which is rubber stamp Senate. So everything Buhari brings to the house, they stamp it. They don't even want to investigate this. Buhari will just bring a loan, they stamp it. Bring this one, they stamp it. No. These are some of the things that is affecting. And when Nigerians, when we wake up truly, now that I can see that most of the youth now, they are up. They really want to say no to all these things. You see that a lot of changes will happen in 2020.
Yes, indeed, we are expecting that lot of change. Let's look at party politics, the party generally now. Dumebi Kachiku, the presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, has been suspended by the party. Was suspended earlier in September, and even today, was it today or yesterday? One of the party chieftain was also saying that he hasn't been forgiven yet, because some people have been kind of remote. We want you to clarify these issues. What exactly went wrong with the happenings around African Democratic Congress for them or for the elders of the party to decide and suspend Dumebi Kachuku?
You see, Dumebi Kachuku issue is initially, before now, I don't want to put my mouth into it. It stands, is not only suspended, Dumebi has been expelled from the party. And yesterday he was on TV, he was on channels yesterday, and we were hearing some things that he's trying to do some begging or some, but the party gave out a press release today. No, you can't be asking for forgiveness on a national TV in an interview. There are steps, there are constitution. The party has a constitution. The party expelled you. There are things you need to do if at all you want to come back to the party. It still remains the candidate. Don't forget. As of today, it was at the signing of the peace accord by all the presidential candidates. It was there too. As far as the INEC has released its name. But as a party now, the party has released a press release today that no, Dumebi remains expelled until maybe he comes back and do the right thing, put the right thing into place.
As a party man.
As a party man.
Okay, so would you like to touch on some of the reasons why he was expelled?
He was expelled as that he involved himself in anti-party.
Okay.
But the party did not go deep into that. But that was all I can say for now.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that. So I have a report with me, and it's actually the last report, the result of the election of 2019,
Okay.
where we ADC candidate, that's Honorable Johnson Fatuki, came fourth in that poll. Honorable Ibrahim Isiala was Isiaka, yes, as the elected candidate. Now let's talk about the structure now. What structure has been put in place? We have 7 candidates right here, and the ADC came forth. What are the structures you have put in place to ensure that you win this election? And what are you bringing to the table that is different?
Okay, what we are bringing to the table, number one, our candidate is a woman.
Okay.
And you know, ADC is a party that always give woman chance. You know, other parties, they don't. How many of them? Go and check. How many candidates do they have that are women? But when you check ADC, we have a lot. Even the deputy governor of Lagos State is a woman. So you can see that ADC is a party with a different, our ideology is different from other parties. And my principal, Honorable Florence, is somebody that has been in politics for a long time. She joined in AD, but because of family, she needs to take care of her children, the family, so she stepped back and later joined ADC. And she has been a very strong politician, a very strong one, that some of the things that we want to bring to the table, a lot of it. Our present honorable, this is going for third term. Now, the question I ask people is this: are we just building the system of Nigeria to some certain cabals? If you're put in a position and you are not good at it, people need to send you away. What has it done in the last 7.5 years? What can we say that he has done for us? You know, I tackled one of his aides sometimes ago. I said, I saw your boss, your principal, taking a picture of a very refurbished health center. And he's telling us that he's restructured this, he's supplied them this. I said, look at it. Does it fit in as a true Nigerian? And these people traveled everywhere and they see how things work overseas. And it's just a pity that we have this kind of people in our midst. They don't even really care about the masses. They only care about themselves.
Okay, so Honorable Florence from Lola that is coming in, she cares about the people.
100%.
She cares about the people.
100%.
All right. We'll take that. We'll take that indeed for a word. We'll take it. We'll note it. And Nigerians will remember. Don't forget. Nigerians will remember. And Nigerians will ask questions. Because 2023, it is the time to ask questions. All right. Lastly, I want to get your opinion and on a very federal topic that has been on for long: restructuring. Because issues of Amotekun and the likes has also been ascribed to considering what the senior advocate and the governor of Ondo State have been saying over a while, that's Governor Akeredolu, about Amotekun, they connected it back to restructuring, that states should be given powers, they should be able to operate on their own. Lai Mohammed, the professor or minister of information, also replied that, oh, wait, no man can just decide anything. And of course, Garba said that too. Now, what is your opinion about restructuring, especially in this federal structure that we operate in Nigeria?
You know, as far as I'm concerned, it is only when we restructure this country that we get it right. I've not seen it. I only heard it that the special vigilantes they have in Katsina, they were harmed. But why can't we harm our own Amotekun? I still ask questions. Now, is it because a certain tribe want to wipe out the Yorubas? And we cannot see what happened to what's his name? Igboho.
Yeah.
Igboho stood that no, we must say no to all these men that are killing our people. In Igogon yesterday, they went there to kill a DPO.
Yes.
And this is what Igogon. At the end of the day, what happened? DSS was sent after him and he ran away from the country. But why can't we arm our own Amotekun so that they can help us to fight all these men that are killing our people? We can see what happened a few months ago.
Yes.
They came to the church, they killed people, and they went away. Do we still allow this to happen? Look at Long Bridge. A lot have been happening on Long Bridge that many of us are not even being told.
Yes. And sometimes the reportage is even...
That is, and you guys also need to help us out on that.
Yes, definitely.
You guys, because definitely, so that because of fear, I understand some things when it comes to journalism, so that you won't put fear into people's mind that, oh, this place is dangerous. This place, but we have seen it happen. I've witnessed it once, but I wasn't a casualty. But look at people that were kidnapped. Look at people that ran for their life. And at the end of the day, about 2 or 3 days ago, I heard that there was a gun battle between police and these men in that Long Bridge. Why can't we arm our own Amotekun? Until we have state police in this country, maybe that is when only security will work.
State police, yes. The guest here, Olumide Onabaju, is advocating for state police. As a Nigerian, as a true aide to a federal lawmaker aspiring to be in office by 2023. We will to see. And it is a wonderful session with you indeed, I must say. Thank you for coming on the show, Mr. Olumide.
Thank you, Mr. Bajumi.
It is good to have you. And we would not mind to have your principal on seat also to have a dialogue.
Definitely she will come over.
Yes,
definitely she will come.
If that would be honored, and we'll be so glad. All right, that's it on today's episode of The Point Man. You can join us again by next Friday by 6 p.m. I remain your host, Belumi Bolawa Solomon. They call me The Point Man. Bye-bye.
But the only thing there is that the only government to restructure the police force from the grassroots.
Nigeria has many millions of graduates on the street working aimlessly.
Considering the height of insecurity in Nigeria, considering the height of the downfall in the educational system, now is the time for Nigerians to rise up and speak up. Now is the time for Nigerians to take the bull by the horn. On the Point Man Show, we'll be looking at issues concerning economy, society, and politics in Nigeria. Of course, the grassroots development can never be overemphasized. Join us on the Point Man Show with Pelumi Bolawa